A pleasant welcome to all my dear 5th standard children. Today we are going to learn about a new chapter from your science subject. Yes, so today from your science we are going to learn about a new chapter which is known as natural calamities. So this is your 13th chapter from your science subject, right? Now, what is natural calamities? So, natural calamities means the events that occur that can cause damage to life and property. For example, here you can see the natural events that occur on the earth that cause damage to life or to the properties of people, right? So, these are called as natural calamities. Now, there are different type of natural calamities that happens on the earth, right? So, here you can see earthquake, volcano, cyclone, hurricane. So, these are all the natural calamities and yet some more natural calamities also there, right? So, let us see in detail about how these natural calamities are caused and what are the effects of these natural calamities and how we can protect ourselves from the natural calamities, right. Now, here you can see some more natural calamities like tidal waves and thundering, lightning and forest fire, right, landslides, floods. So, these are all also the extra, still there are some natural calamities that are happening on our earth, right. Now, first we will see about earthquake. So, what is earthquake? So, earthquake is nothing but a sudden shaking of the ground. Okay, so there is a sudden shaking of the ground due to the movements and vibrations beneath the surface. So, here you can see the buildings are shaking because of the earthquake. The buildings will be shaking or sometimes it will collapse, it will fall down, right. So, how this earthquake occur, right. So, we know that the earth is made up of crust, right. So, the crust is nothing but the upper layer of the earth surface. So, in your layers of earth you would have understood about the first layer of our earth, right. So, which is known as crust. So, these crusts are made up of big rock masses, right. So, these are called as plates. So, plates. So, what are plates? The rock masses beneath our earth. So, when these rock masses, it will keep on moving, but at times, sometimes the rock masses, the plates collide or they move apart, okay, or they will slide past, right, or they will collapse each other, okay. So, during that time, there will be a vibration or we can say some shock waves are produced. So, these shock waves from the earth, under the earth's surface, from the under the ground, so it will reach to the surface of our earth, right. So, thereby it will have more vibration, more shock waves are produced, right. So, these are called as earthquake. Okay. So, here in earthquake, the point where the earthquake begins is known as focus. So, focus is nothing but the point where earthquake begins. So, the point where the earthquake begins is known as focus and the center of the earthquake below the earth's surface. So, that is known as epicenter. Center of earthquake on the earth's surface. Okay. So, this is the point where the earthquake begins, and epicenter is the center of the earthquake on earth's surface. So, when we see the damage, where the damage will be more. So, the point where the earthquake begins will not have much damage, but the place, the center where the earthquake is spreaded on the earth's surface. So, there will be maximum damage will be there. Okay. So, this is about earthquake. So, what is focus, what is epicenter, what is plates. So, they may be, they will ask in your 2 mark question, or it can be in your 1 mark question also. So, you must understand plates or rock masses that is present below the earth's surface. When there is colliding of these rock masses, that will create shock waves. So, that is known as earthquake, and the point where the earthquake begins is known as focus, and the center of the earthquake on the earth's surface is known as epicenter, right. But maximum the damage will be more in the epicenter, right. So, on 2001, 26th January 2001, so in India there was an earthquake, okay. The earthquake, so in which place in India had earthquake is in Gujarat, okay. So, at Gujarat, particularly at the place which is known as Bhuj. So Bhuj is the place where it is considered as epicenter. Why? Because here the center of the earthquake. So, the earthquake happened during 26th January 2001. So, during that time the center of the earthquake is at Bhuj. So, here the Bhuj is considered as the epicenter. So, maximum damage was there in the Bhuj, right. So, this is about earthquake, and after the earthquake there will be still vibrations or tremors that will occur. So, those are called as aftershocks. So, what are aftershocks? So, after the big quake there will be small quakes or tremors. So, after big earthquake, there will be still this shakings, or there will be some slight quakes that will occur, tremors that will occur after a big earthquake. So, that we call it as aftershocks, right. So, this is about earthquake. Now, let us see how to measure the earthquake. So, the earthquake is measured using an instrument which is known as seismograph. So, this instrument is known as seismograph, okay. Seismograph. So, seismograph is the instrument used to measure the earthquake, right. So, this is the seismograph, right, and there is a scale that is present inside the seismograph which is known as Richter scale. So, this is Richter scale, okay. So, here this is Richter scale. The Richter scale will measure the intensity of the earthquake. So, according to the intensity of the earthquake, we can say whether the earthquake was a massive, causes a massive damage, or it is very light earthquake, or it is heavy earthquake. So, according to the intensity, according to the magnitude of the Richter scale, we will come to know whether the earthquake is a bigger one or a smaller one, right. So, the earthquake is measured, right, using the Richter scale. Okay. Richter scale. So, the Richter scale is invented by Charles Richter. Charles Richter in 1935. Okay. So, the Richter scale will measure the intensity of the earthquake. So, when the earthquake magnitude is 1 or 2 or 3 or okay, or below 6, so it has the earthquake is milder. But when the earthquake magnitude goes above 7 or 8, so that is known as heavy earthquake. Okay. So, during the heavy earthquake, there will be massive damages will be there. Okay. So, this is about Richter scale. So, the Richter scale will measure the intensity of the earthquake, and how the earthquake is measured means with the help of an instrument which is known as seismograph. So, the seismograph is an instrument, but it will just measure the intensity. The intensity of the earthquake is measured with the help of Richter scale, right. Now, let us see what are the effects of the earthquake. So, here you can see there will be big hollow breaks will be there on the roads. Okay. So, here you can see the damage, there will be more damage on the roads, and because of the heavy earthquake shaking, so there will be collapse of buildings, bridges, roads. Okay. So, and when the people live inside the houses or the buildings, so there will be loss of there will be damage in the people, damage on the life of the people, right. So, earthquake is very often occur in Japan. So, in Japan frequently earthquake occur, right. So, and not only this, even sometimes it may there will be falling of trees because of the earthquake. So, the electric poles and the trees are uprooted. Okay. So, these are all the effects of the earthquake, right. So, now let us see, we saw what are the effects of the earthquake, right. So, today in this session, you have learned what are the natural calamities, and you also learned in detail about what is earthquake, right. So, and also you learned how earthquake is measured and how the intensity of the earthquake is measured and what are the effects of the earthquake, and you also learned what is plates, what is epicenter, what is focus, and what is seismograph, what is Richter scale, right. So, go through the lesson, and this questions will come in your 2 mark as well as in your 1 mark also. So, go through this lesson and read it and take the self assessment and do the self assessment, so that you will come to know how far you understood about the earthquake, right. So, hope I will meet you with the next part of this lesson. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.